Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated.
If you want to nerd away with me, I know a
Nerdcore used to
podcast,
be just
and
a
I can
made-up
take you for
word.
a ride.
MCs shied away
I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the podcast don't stop for life. Glitter in the sky, glitter in my eye, shining just the way I like. If you're feeling like you need a little bit of company, meet me in K-Sig at the perfect time. You want us. We want you. Baby. Our sugar booze. I'm Nerking. The Milky Way. We're Nerking. Yeah, 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 yeah.
What was that?
Dua Lipa. Levitating.
I don't know it.
Yes, you know it.
I probably don't.
I guarantee you if you heard it,
If I heard
I've heard that.
If I heard the non-Chris version of it, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's the good version.
The good version. The one that's actually like you can understand and the girl who can sing.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe then.
Well, maybe. Hey, that was good.
It was. I mean, maybe.
It was good. Welcome to Every Man's Guide to Nerddom. I'm defeated.
I defeated. I'm Kyle.
Hi, Kyle. We're two 30 to 40 something year olds who talk about pretty much whatever we want. Again, I'm defeated. That's Kyle.
And that's Chris. I'm Kyle. You might know us, or you can catch us if you don't know us on Twitch at Chris over
Twitches.
there on the Twitches is Guyver's. He's a GUIVERUNT01.
It's not Guyver Runt.
Guyver
Guyver
It's like-
Runt.
Guyver. Yeah, Guyver UNT01, and I stream under KSIG. It's K_SIG. And you can at least catch us almost like 93% of the time every Saturday night playing together when we do Spooky Saturday with the community. You guys join the Discord in the links below, and maybe you can get in some games with us.
And the links
below.
Below me. They're down below
please
me.
someone below him, please.
For free.
So, please. So we are nerking Bad Batch, episode 10,
Episode we've
Called
been to
Common
10
Ground.
10 of these.
10 of these already.
Little preface for you guys if you're first time listening, or if you just forgot, Chove. What we do, we don't do the quick little 10-minute to meet the 10-minute mark review of things. We go through this scene by scene. A lot of times we'll catch things that we didn't catch. What's fun with us going over Bad Batch? I never watched Clone Wars. I've watched a couple episodes, never made it all the way through. So I'm coming into Bad Batch as a total newbie to a lot of the stuff here. Chris has watched it like 37 times.
Multiple times.
So he knows the ins and outs.
I like Star Wars.
He does. And I do. I love Star Wars too. I'm not that deep as these guys are. I'm a high fly nerd. I get a little bit of everything. Jack of all trades, master of none. But so we're kind of getting two perspectives on this. Episode's roughly 30 minutes that we're covering. We'll probably go over about an hour. And so, grab some popcorn, get your favorite beverage. If I can talk, it would work a lot better. But
Yeah.
So that's what we do. We're not short form.
No, we're not. Again, we are joined by Silent Coda. Silent Coda has gone back into training. Where's the mountain now? Ocean?
Desert.
Oh, it's desert. Yeah, it's a desert. Does the desert have 3 suns?
2.5.
Oh, 2.5.
Really,
So,
really weird system. Yeah.
so we know that it's not tattooing.
It's Tatooine-ish.
It's tattoo light.
Mm-hmm. Zazu.
It's like Coors Light.
Coors.
Coors Light.
Yeah.
But say hi, Coda.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Coda. Okay, so we're gonna get in. Well, okay. Before we get into this, let's talk about this.
Yep.
Kyle and I were just discussing this before we started recording.
You want to get this out of the way?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
This was not my favorite episode.
Nope. Same.
I fell asleep for a couple minutes of it. That's how much it just did not keep my attention.
Well, you're also really old.
I am really old, and I just got done mowing the yard, too.
Mm-hmm. It takes a lot out of a fella.
It does when it's really hot and steamy.
The mowing?
No, that's just my underwear. After the mowing. Because I'm old.
I kind of zoned out through some of it too. Don't like using this term unless we really mean it, but it felt like a little bit of a filler episode. Like there's some good things that came out of it. I'm not gonna totally knock it because I still like the show and I like the episode, but comparing it to all the rest of them, not as much. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some lore stuff that got thrown in that you're going to point out for me. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple, but like you said, it was mostly a filler.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's
I really
a couple scenes
Coda
that went on.
Training.
Yeah, there's a couple scenes that went on for 3 to 6 minutes that we'll probably be able to cover in 15 seconds.
Because that's, like I said, I love Star Wars, but this one was a tough one for me. It really was, and they can't all be winners.
Mm-mm. They're not like our episodes.
No, our episodes are all winners.
Mm-hmm.
According to Chof.
Yeah, Chof.
Let's see. And we know that James listens all the time. Props.
Oh yeah. Well, he was a guest.
He was
go
a
back
guest.
and check out our prop making episode.
Which was a good segue there.
Thank you. We'll have more coming. Not segues, but episodes. Yeah.
We will have more episodes. So with that, on to the video.
On the video.
Mm-hmm.
How long was this episode?
26 minutes.
Okay, so we had 10 minutes of action. I shouldn't be this harsh.
No, you can be harsh on it.
Okay, so did you know this planet? Okay, so we're at the beginning.
Yes.
Did you know this planet when you seen it?
Not immediately when I saw it. I knew what it was once they said what it was.
I bet Coda would know it.
I don't know. I don't know if he would have known it right from the beginning because a lot of planets look like this. So the planet that they're on is Raxus. Raxus Secundus. They just call it Raxus, though. That was the planet. It was the capital planet for the Confederacy of Independent Systems, or the Separatists. So the Separatists were the Trade Federation. The highly Asian aliens. General Grievous was part of that army. Dooku.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that was Dooku's homeworld. It was an Outer Rim territory, and I want to say it was Dooku's homeworld. I can't remember though.
I can look that up while you're doing that.
Yeah. But there was it was a super beautiful planet. It was kind of like Earth-like. That's the way that they used to describe it. And if I remember correctly, it was the battleground for a couple of battles in the Clone Wars.
Dooku was from Sereno.
Okay, well, it wasn't Raxus.
It's a very mafia-sounding planet, honestly.
Raxus or Sereno?
Sereno.
Yes. It kind of was.
Hey, the Sereno.
The Sereno.
Yeah.
But Raxus was a major point of contention for the Clone Wars. So, I don't know. It was just kind of cool seeing them, like what happened to the Separatist homeworld after the Clone Wars. Once the Empire started taking charge, that was kind of cool. And then you have a crowd overlooking, or it's like the palace, and then you have one of the captains of the New Republic or the New Empire saying the Empire is not your enemy. And the crowd is not looking pleased with that. In fact, they were kind of pissed. It's like, we promise to treat all planets within the Confederacy of Independent Systems fairly. Lies.
All
And-
lies.
Yeah, and all we asked in exchange was for your loyalty. And then you see the guy who we assume at this time is a high-ranking official. We don't know who he is at this point.
You can tell from his facial hair.
Yep.
I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
He looks like Van Pelt from Jumanji.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, he kind of does that hat and the monocle.
Yep. He's ready to
And
go on a space
mustache.
safari.
It's they're gonna play Star Wars Jumanji.
If you put space in front of anything, it makes it that much better. You know, space safari.
Manji.
Yeah, he's got a space mustache.
Space mustachio.
Mm-hmm.
He's a space gangster.
A spankster.
A spankster. He wears Spanx.
Mm-hmm.
He's rubbing his hands, and like when you see this, it's this way that someone's nervous or lying about something, or just not comfortable with the situation.
Yeah,
that's kind of what he was doing. And then it pans to his face. He says, "I can't go through with this." And then the droid next to him says, "Senator, this is your only option." So now we know this is the senator for the planet.
Yep.
The droid tells him, "This is what it's come to. I must be a puppet for the Empire." And the droid says, "If you do not comply, you will be arrested like the other senators or worse." So now we know at this point, anyone else from this planet who had, they didn't even say from this planet.
No, it just says senators.
Yeah, just the senators in general, that if you oppose them, you're going to get arrested or worse. So I'm pretty sure we can figure out what or worse is.
Yeah, double arrested.
Double arrested, double secret arrested.
Double super secret arrestation.
.com. And then the Empire put a mandatory curfew will be put into effect for your protection. So if this...
We're from the government, we're here to help, is basically what that was.
We're here to help. In Rebels, which takes place after the Empire has already taken foothold, whenever we go to the planets that the Empire has, there's all curfews. So we know from the get-go that this is, this is the beginning of the Empire taking over, and we see the long-lasting effects on Rebels. So it's kind of cool just to see that, this is the beginning of it. I mean, it's not cool, but you can see the connection.
Canonically, it's cool. Canonically? Canonically? Cathartically? Whatever. It looks, for the grand scheme of things. Catharsis? We're just throwing words out now. Guys, it's been a long work week.
It has been a long work week.
More so for Chris than me. He's a tired fella.
I am a tired fella. What are you going to do?
Podcast?
Hopefully, podcast, and hopefully we can kill some shit after this.
Mm-hmm. In video games, not in the streets.
Well, I don't know. Those who cross me, the streets will run red with the blood of the non-believers.
I don't know which one's my megaphone voice. I had one.
Well,
was it this one?
Just press megaphone then.
The first purge. No, I can't do the purge voice. We'll go back to this. I've tried to do something with the purge. Nerd violence.
Honestly, I'm kind of disappointed you didn't now, because I really wanted to hear it.
I know. I couldn't think of it. Those were on my list to binge, possibly on Monday.
Fail. If we're not playing games too.
Yeah.
In between. So, curfew. Curfew. We all know from when we were younger, curfews suck.
Mm-hmm.
And then they said that the curfew was approved by your esteemed Senator Avi Singh. Is it Singh?
Singh.
Mm-hmm. And they're like, and he would like to say a few words. So if you look at what he's wearing, It is very, very much like colonial times, like that you saw with Britain, the British people that they brought over to like India. When you see those old pictures,
Yeah. To India, North Africa.
yeah,
Occupation.
I mean that's exactly what it looks like. That's why I said he looks like Van Pelt. And we know the droid's name is GS8 now.
Yep. Who
And he
is
says
the voice of GS8 also did droid voices in Solo.
for who? Who was the voice?
I don't know if it looks like Cian Clifford.
Okay.
Cian, Sian, plays GS8. Roundabout Star Wars connection. She played alongside Solo Star Wars story droid actor Phoebe Waller-Bridge in Fleabag. Okay, there's the tie-in. She played in another movie with someone else that also voiced a droid, so she wasn't in Solo. I read that wrong.
Oh, okay.
Anywho.
You have to forgive me. I was outside for 2.5 hours, and that all went in my nose.
That's a lot of outside time for you.
It is
a lot of vitamin D in your system now.
Lots and lots, and also lots of pollen in my system now.
Get all the D in you.
Give me that D. I have missed the D.
I have missed the D.
Who hasn't missed the D? Dick joke. Yeah, so we know it's GSA, and this senator has a backup plan if something happens to him. So he expects something to happen to him.
Yeah.
And then GSA, it's like, what will happen, Senator? And at this point, the crowd really started cheering, and they perked up. You can tell they actually really love this guy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Also, the really oddly, I'm gonna go back. The odd.
This?
No, right in front of the palace gates, the phallic totem they have there.
Oh, the butt plug?
Or that. Yeah.
Or
they
the
worship
dildo.
In space dildo. They worship weird things in space.
Space. It goes back to needing that D.
Mm-hmm. The kyber crystal in that thing. Look out. Woo!
Oh.
Think there's a market for that in space?
Well, maybe. Well, what's wrong with my statue? It's all limp.
The kyber crystal
run out.
Yeah. Place it with the new one. Like we got lightsabers, vibroblades, and vibroblades over here.
And
those
hint,
bad
hint,
boys.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
8,500 RPMs out of those things. You better hang on.
And then you have those Jedis come up. Go 2, please.
Yeah. Those will complete a Kessel run in
8 parsecs.
Yeah. Does that bother you though, knowing what a parsec is?
A little bit.
They kind of explained it away. They roundabout pulled it out of their ass and explained it somewhere.
In
but
Solo, you mean?
Yeah, but like that still doesn't. No, you messed
up.
up.
It doesn't add up.
You used a cool word just because it was a cool word, which I didn't know until somebody else pointed out to me. Like, oh, that's a measure of distance, not a measure of time. Whatever. Yep. We'll go with it.
Whatever. And people were much easier to trick in the 70s. And I would say we were easier to trick too because we thought it made sense when we first heard it.
Well, I wasn't around in the 70s like some people.
Yeah, good point. Touche. I was only around for the last part, even then I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Some of us weren't born in the 2000s. Coda.
You spanned 6 decades officially.
Who, me?
Yeah. Been a part of 6 decades now. You old son of a bitch. Count them out.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
What? What? What are you talking about?
I'm going to wave my stick angrily.
What are you talking about? So
that just hit you hard, didn't it? I didn't mean for it to hit you that hard, but I can see it. You're like, oh,
Yeah, that
Oh.
hurts.
Oh.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm getting that knife out of my back. Hold on.
Spring.
I think this is yours.
That could have been another Wayne's World quote. We've worked almost one into every episode.
That's true too.
Pring.
Shoving.
Believe you're looking for this?
Well, I'm not worthy.
Oh,
Maybe. Maybe. Saying goes, they wish to intimidate us, make us fear. We shall not cower at their acts of aggression. And the captain just nods and, they arrest the senator. And they're saying, move in. And then here goes the tactics. One guy goes, we have a right to be here. You're the ones trespassing. And then we hear these alarms and we see the walkers coming in.
Bum, bum, bum.
I can't remember what the model is of these, but these are the clone walkers.
Those are ATTEs.
They're ATTEs.
All-terrain tactical enforcer walker.
Okay. Thank you, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think they're kind of cool, just kind of slow.
They're very slow. They're not.
No. They're built for armor. They weren't built for speed. They're built for power and just to talk. You'd think something with how many legs does that thing have?
4. Right? Yep, 4.
No.
Yeah,
4. No, 5.
5. It's got a stabilizer. It's got one big
In the
leg
very
in the
back.
back in the middle.
Yeah.
That's a leg.
Man, if you had a leg on your butt, how fast could you run?
Like attached to me? Like it was my leg, or like somebody
like it was your
kicked
leg.
me? I don't know. I'd have to
No, not like
learn
someone
how to-
kicked you.
learn how to run all over again, I guess, because you'd like
But what if you were born with it?
a tripod, but not in a cool way.
No, not in the man way. Like you could literally, when you were sitting on your ass, you'd be standing.
You'd have a real chairs would be weird.
They'd have like a hole cut out in the middle.
Yeah, and you had to like back your back leg in.
So, okay, I know I do this. When I'm
Bicycles
sitting,
wouldn't work.
or would they? They'd be a different kind of bicycle.
Yeah, you have to like wiggle
You might
your
go
back.
faster.
You have to wiggle your back leg over out of the way.
But like
a full-grown leg, or like a little stub leg back there. Like, oh, that leg's not okay.
Like, because that's a full-grown leg. Like, okay,
Out of the
so like when
back?
I'm sitting,
I'd rather have it out of the front.
well, because that
I
where
can
would your
lean
wiener
forward on
be?
it.
Yeah,
Just
which
pee
is
out of
every
my-
man's dream.
pee out of my toes.
But
Yeah.
that would be weird.
My
Like,
wiener's
'cause
got a
then
knee
you
in
have to
it.
like if you wiggled your toes more than 3 times, you're playing with yourself.
Pretty much. Like, look at
You'd
that
have
knee.
to buy a shoe
Have to have a shoe for it, or get it. You might end up with,
for your foot wiener.
for your foot wiener, you end up with calluses. And you don't want that.
It's like what happened. I was dragging it.
I'm dragging it. It'd be cool for parties, because you could, like, if you could stand, put your normal feet away, and then you could stand on your foot wiener, and like,
Well, that would take away the helicopter.
well, you just had to do it different. If you stood right, and then you had your buddy grab your regular legs and then spin you, be like, it'd still be a helicopter, but just not in the normal sense.
No, not in a normal helicopter.
And then you gotta go wee.
You
when
couldn't
do it.
sit and gum anymore.
No. That'd be awkward though. I'm sitting here thinking about it.
For those of you who can't, if you're not watching the YouTube video, Kyle's looking at his wiener right now.
Well,
Wondering about the foot
I
wiener.
got pants on, but like,
Thank you for that one.
just wondering with that third leg now, like, you tear an ACL in your wiener leg and you have to wear a brace.
Oh,
Imagine
what
that.
if you had to wrap it?
I mean, you should always wrap it in weird situations.
No, I mean, like, you know how, like, when you sprain your ankle?
Yeah. I need a soft cast.
And, like, you know how, like, you have to, like, when you really hurt, like, the knee part, and you have to get the little rolly carts?
That's what I was just thinking. Like, you had to have,
Yes.
but you just had the one in the front.
Yeah.
And it was like
And you would just be walking around like a shopping cart, basically.
scooting around Walmart and the leg wiener propped up. Yeah. But it wouldn't be that weird if other people had it, but if you were the only one that had it, that's where it would be weird.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's more of a curse than a blessing.
Would that be like would you be a variant? A wiener variant?
No, you'd be popular.
Yeah, touche.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be popular.
I'd be doing way better videos than this.
Just ding dong. Oh, hold on, I'll get it. Oh, hello.
What?
Hi, did someone order some tennis shoes?
Speaking of shoes, though, like you've got a left foot and a right foot, and those shoes are curved accordingly.
Right.
But your middle foot,
it'd just be straight.
Just be straight. Then you wouldn't be buying pairs of shoes anymore. You'd be buying like triplets of shoes.
Unless they just made well, if you wanted them to match.
You want them to match. You don't want to, you don't want
are you about to say you don't want to draw attention to your foot wiener?
Yeah, you don't want to clash.
You know,
I just put a flip-flop on it and call it good.
that would hurt. Click, click, click.
Treadmills would be weird. You'd need like 1.5 treadmills. What are you doing? Working on my stamina.
Dates would be super awkward if your date was, you went to hold the door for them and they stepped on your foot wiener.
Like, yeah.
It's like, what happened? Well, I hope you weren't expecting anything after this date.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess you'd probably have to wear a lot of capes and gowns because
moo-moos.
A lot of moo-moos. I don't know. I'm still figuring this out.
We're really thinking about this.
We'll get Props to draw some pictures. He's really artistic.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
He is. Props is great about that.
We can commission a foot wiener.
Hey, can you draw pictures of us with foot wieners?
Yeah. Or anybody out there, join the Discord in the bio down below. And we have a special section for art. So fill it up with foot wieners, please. Anybody.
Wait. What if they took our EGTN logo and put the foot wieners on there? You would be getting teabagged.
Like on our little chibis back there?
Yeah.
I'm already getting teabagged.
Okay, you'd get foot wienered bagged.
It'd be like resting on my nose.
Oh, it'd be like a hacky sack.
No, hold on. I am getting teabagged.
Yeah.
It would just be
I'm
resting
on top
right
of
on.
you.
I know.
I'm a power top.
I didn't sign off on that design choice.
Yes, you did. I showed it to you before we paid for it.
True. We were already committed at that point.
Yeah, we were committed. Well, I hope so, because I'm teabagging you.
Yeah. Why is my guy's head so much bigger?
You do have a fat head.
You got a little bitty chibi head on there.
Yeah, because I look good.
Glasses. I got a bald, like a Simpson in a South Park, had anime sex, and then here we are.
You look like a Phasmo ghost.
Ooh.
Okay, not that we're saying we hate our logo, because we absolutely love our logo.
Yeah.
It is sweet. It was worth every penny.
Mm-hmm. We still gotta have him on.
Yeah, no, he wants to be on the beer episode.
Okay.
So we could schedule it.
I bet Andy would draw us with some foot wieners, like for free. He's like, hey, dude, we got an idea. Sketch this out.
Wieners.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I bet Props would do it for free just because he'd be like, he'd go, you want to what?
We'd still do it. Harry would tattoo it on us if we wanted it.
No, Harry would do it even if we didn't want it. Harry would go.
If Harry hears this, he's going to draw it up.
He's going to go, okay, no. Here's what Harry's going to do, guys. I'm going to drive down to you, and then I'm going to tattoo a foot wiener on your back.
Why on the back? Like
I
a
don't
tramp
know.
stamp? That'd be a literal
wieners.
tramp stamp. It'd be like a tramp stomp.
Harry likes wieners on backs. So yeah, there we go. So what we'll do, we'll go forward from here after our foot wiener discussion for 10 minutes.
All right, back.
We'll hit play. I know I was going forward.
Good. Had a small distraction.
So we have, what's that guy's name? Who's Omega on?
Rekka.
I just like hearing Kyle say it. Omega's on Wrecker on his shoulder, and he goes, "How's the mantle mix, kid?" They're still getting this mantle mix, and I guarantee you, still racking up their debt with Sid.
Yeah.
But Omega loves it, and they'll do whatever. She's like, "Better than ever." She's just dropping it in his mouth. He's like, "Yes, it is."
Just a charming moment.
It is. And she's like, "When's our next mission?" And Tech's like, "With 2 bounty hunters after you, it'd be wise to keep a low profile." Hunter's like, "Tech's right. There's too much heat. We just got to keep low."
Mm-hmm.
And Wrecker's like, "It's never stopped us before." And then I think that was kind of a critical part of this episode. Right. Yeah. When Hunter pulls Wrecker close, the kid's been through enough. She needs a break. Look at his face too, how they animated it. Like you can see the concern. Like, this is what I love about this show. And Wrecker looks like his good eye looks just totally surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Here's where you can see after last episode how much last episode, the past 2 episodes, kind of fucked Hunter up.
Yeah, he had a really rough go at it. He doesn't want anything to happen to Omega. He's not doing it because, like, hey, you're a kid, you shouldn't go. It's like, hey, I honestly, legitimately don't want anything bad to happen to you.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is great.
Yeah.
Because, these are supposedly the defects.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of cool.
They're pretty perfect in my eyes.
They are. I like people with
face tattoos.
And face tattoos in one eye. And goggles.
Mm-hmm.
And bandanas.
Vibro arms.
And vibro arms and Cybermen.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this show. I like how Echo grabs some of the Mantel mix.
Yeah.
And he just starts sniffing it.
Let's go check it out.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Wrecker goes, "She seems fine to me." And Hunter just kind of walks off. And they walk into Sid's. And Sid's looking at this, her little bounty list.
Yep.
And she's like, "I got a mission for you boys. A simple extraction on Raxus." And they're like, "Raxus? That's the former center of the separatist government." Of course, this is Tech.
Yeah.
And he's just going on, and Sid's like, "I am not interested in a history lesson, Goggles." I like how she doesn't bother to know any of their names.
She knows. She's just doing that to be herself, which I love it.
I like her.
Yeah.
"You're being hired to locate and free Senator Avi, what is it, Singh? From his confinement." And she shows him, he looks like a Civ character.
He kind of does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He looks like one of the rulers that you would pick.
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, "You're being hired to free and locate him. Client will meet you at the given coordinates to brief you." She throws him the little info chip. It's like, "Get going." And Hunter's like, "Help a separatist?" Not going to happen. Throws it back at her. And that's the whole point of this episode, is their beliefs are being challenged right now.
Yeah.
It's, they fought literally their entire lives fighting against the separatists for the Republic. And now that they're on the run, they're having to have a complete 180 in the way that they think, the way that they operate, and now their ideals that a separatist is a separatist is being challenged.
They haven't really fully grasped the new enemy yet. Like, they know the new enemy. They haven't let go of the old enemy.
No, not at all.
Which is no longer an enemy. An enemy? An enemy?
An enemy. That's what Nemo lives in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they don't see an enemies. No, they need to see.
They don't see an enemy. Sid goes, "Debt's still not paid. Remember, a job's a job."
He's waving that Zippo lighter in his face.
He waves it off. He says, "I'm not bringing Omega to a planet swarming with Imperials." And Sid's like, "Keep her here with me. I'll keep a good eye on her." This is an important part too. Hunter calls her out, says, "I don't trust you either." And she's like, "You shouldn't."
Good.
Good. But keeping the kids safe means more money in my pocket. It's in my best interest to do so, isn't it? And I mean, That's kind of what I like about Sid. If it comes to money, she's completely upfront.
Yeah.
So it seems.
So far.
I mean, she's shady as hell, but.
I like how she calls Hunter bandana.
Yes.
Goggles,
yeah,
bandana.
What does she call Wrecker?
I don't think she's called him anything yet.
Or Echo. If she calls him 3PO, I'm done.
Game over, man.
Game over, man. Game over. And she's like, just get out of here. And she hands it to him. And Hunter goes over to Omega and
she's geared up, ready to go, too.
Yeah, ready when you are, Sergeant. He's like, no, you're going to stay here. We don't need you here. She's like, I'm part of the squad. And he's like, following orders shouldn't be a problem. Stay close to Sid and don't leave this parlor. Got it, soldier? She just groans.
Yeah, she knows she's being patronized with that last line.
Yeah. Okay. She's probably one of the smarter members of the batch.
Mm-hmm.
I really would say. She's like, hey, Tiny, I got a mission for you. Hands her a sponge.
Space sponge.
Scrubbing.
Uh-oh. I froze up for a second there. We're good.
Okay, you're good?
Yeah.
And they're on the way there, and they're like, I can't believe we're helping a separatist center. And Tech's like, you have said so repeatedly. And they, the batch has said, I'd always thought we'd make it there someday. So which means the batch has been dispatched to a lot of different planets, but never Raxus.
I think,
which is really interesting.
Well, it's to be dispatched there someday. So that's probably what they're thinking, like when the end of the war was going to happen, like that would have been their final push to take over the capital.
Right.
So that was their someday. Not like it is now, but that's what they were probably thinking.
Someday, when the war is far away, the clones will come out to play.
And God, I can't think of anything good for it.
And Omega's always on my mind.
You should save that one for your next thing.
Oh, we should. Mm-hmm. I'll write that down.
Make a note.
Make a note for Rekka. They come out of hyperdrive, and they're going onto the planet, and then the two clone ships that we always see that kind of patrol the skies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the ship model though. I wish I did.
I bet Coda would know.
I would too, but Coda. Do you know anything?
No, he's not. No.
Okay, whatever, Coda. Don't say a word. Go back to training. They're like unidentified transport. This is restricted airspace. Give us your comm codes. Give us your clearance code. So this is kind of a throwback to anything Star Wars we've ever seen when they're trying to sneak in anywhere.
Yeah, we've seen this several times.
More than several.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
You'd think they'd be better about their codes going forward.
But they're not.
Well, this is earlier, though. Well, this is before a lot of...
Yeah, but they did it all through every single movie.
Yeah, true. Somebody could make a killing with improvising these codes. Security access.
It's just some dude going, hey, I need a security code. Niner, Omega, 5, 6, 7, MNOP.
Unicorn 12? Okay.
And then they go, okay, thank you. That checks out. Come on in.
Yeah, we need the code. Was 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that checks out. Ghost Rider, you're clear to dock and base 6, launch pad 6.
Works every time. That's Steve down there in logistics. Really
Steven
doing a bang up job.
I think it's Ted from accounting again.
He got repurposed.
No, that's his brother, Steve from logistics.
Probably just some guy down there that only has 4 fingers on his hand. That's all I know.
It's like, that's it. Wait, on each hand? No, just 4.
4 total. Yeah.
Oh dear me.
Claws.
They're claws.
Yeah. That's all it is. They got some crab man down there putting out codes. He just
They go, and they're listening to the newest hit, Crab People.
Crab people.
Crab people.
I wasn't ready for it, and I went along with it, and I still wasn't ready for it.
Yeah. We're funny.
Yeah.
At least to each other.
Just scuttling around down there in logistics.
Yeah. Omega goes, Hunter the Klein is a separatist. How do we know this isn't a trap? And Echo does not look happy. And they're like, you're cleared for entry. Proceed. And they go flying off.
When does Echo look happy?
I mean, would you be happy if you got turned into an android, basically? Or a cyborg?
He's got RBF. Robot bitch face.
It is not RBF.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Okay,
put a pin,
it is.
Put a pin in that one.
Put a pin.
Should probably wear his helmet more.
They're still arguing if the codes work. And so it seems like Tech is the only one who's okay with the job.
Yeah, well, Tech's very, ones and zeros and cut and dry, and it is or it isn't,
Right.
Like, okay, well, we can do this and make money, or we can not do this and not make money. So we're going to do this and make money.
So might as well.
Might as well. Mission's a mission.
Okay, this picture right here, that's kind of a cool picture. That might be a cover.
I like that.
Look at Echo's hand. Do you think he makes his dates very happy?
Possibly. Like, if he's a gentleman and he pays for the dinner and, shows him a good time, treats him like a lady. Yeah, I think he does.
And then it's like,
Look at that. Look at that son of a bitch.
how many RPMs is it?
All of them. All of them.
All of them. Pick one. What's your pick? Which one you want?
Yeah. Variable speed. Click, 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 click.
You think it's a clicker? He's that high tech, and he's just like, hold on.
Yeah. Crank it up to 11.
Crank it up to 11. Rekka.
Every time I see,
he calls it Rekka.
Oh, that's really the wrecker. The Rekka.
The Rekka.
The Rekka. Speaking of, every time I see him from this, Wrecker from this pose, this angle, like where he's squared up facing, I always think of a Goomba. And I don't know why.
Yeah, I can see that because the helmet looks like a Goomba face, like the frowny one.
Yeah, it looks like a sad Goomba.
Do 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 do.
Bump 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 bump
bum 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 bum.
Wrecker. That's probably what's going on in his head. Like when everything's going on, he's just his name, but the Mario theme song.
Wreck.
Mm-hmm.
Or the underwater one. Like if he's in the water, you think it's
Rick.
Whoop, 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 whoop. We're on a roll tonight, folks. We apologize.
It happens.
Do we?
Occasionally.
So this is going to be like episode
40?
41, I think.
40 or 41.
40 or 41.
Podcast is officially over the hill.
Yeah, and if you're not used to that, well, I just feel bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming up to 50 really quick.
We're cranking them out. I'm actually really impressed because If we can get 50 people listening by the time we get to the 50th episode, I'll be happy.
We'll do. Yeah. So you all can help us accomplish that goal by sharing it with your friends.
Mhm.
We would appreciate it.
I got some ideas for some things as numbers go up.
Well, let's talk.
Yeah, so tell your friends so you can get the numbers up. The rookie numbers. Crank those numbers up.
Crank it up.
Mhm.
Hunter goes, forget politics. We're here to do a job. I thought that was very interesting that Hunter said that, considering he was the one who initially had the problem with it.
Yeah. Well, he's just accepting it now.
So
Ready to get it done, get back. And then we got the android shows up, the senator's compandroid. We'll call it.
intro. And they go, who are you? And it's like, I'm your contact. And they're like, you're the senator's droid? And she's like, that is correct. My master, Senator Singh. Is it Singh? I can't get this name right. What did GS say? We're working for a droid. That is correct. My master, Senator Singh, was arrested for speaking out against the unjust occupation. Echo's like, we don't care. Just take us to where the senator's being held.
This model droid bothers me a little bit because they seem way more organic
Than they should be.
I want to say they're less droidy.
This model of droid was in Clone Wars and Rebels, I want to say.
It's been in several.
Yeah, and I can't remember. It might. I don't know if that's a protocol droid or not.
It's RA7 protocol droid.
It is a protocol droid then.
Yeah, first one appeared in the Jawa scrap pile in New Hope. So they've been around since the beginning.
Oh yeah. Because when I think of protocol droid, I think of like 3PO.
Yeah, they're just didn't have a monopoly on the market of protocol droids.
Well, it's
Protocol
probably
and etiquette.
rival company.
But
that's
yeah,
kind of a cool picture too.
They just seem way too organic. I mean, it just doesn't sit right.
Right, I get you. I now that you mention it, I can see that. Next thing you know, we're back in Sid's place, and Snail Man and his little friend. I'm beginning to think that they have nothing better to do and have no jobs. They're just like two best friends who go to the bar every day.
Yeah, they're little guys that you see at the gas station every morning getting coffee. If it's a gas station that has like the tables,
Yes.
Sitting there drinking coffee. We have one of those here, and there's like 12 guys every morning. Like I go in to get my morning stuff, and they're always like, there's always just 12 of them sitting around.
Do you know them?
I know a couple of them.
Do you ever go sit down with them?
No, I don't have time for that because I'm usually running late.
But yet you stop to go in and get some stuff from the gas station.
Well, it was between my house and there. I usually stop and get, something to drink or, get my performance enhancing tobacco for the day and then carry on. I used to grab like these little breakfast bar things they had in there, but I don't do that anymore. And yeah, that's just my daily routine.
You just get the breakfast suppositories now. Absorbs faster.
Yep.
More nutrients.
Yeah. Take them in half the time. Well, eventually you take them in half the time. You got to work up to it.
You got to work. You go to your boss. You go, I need help today.
Mm-hmm. Like,
that's a good boss.
I'm not saying it went down the wrong tube, but it might have went up the wrong one.
No, the worst is if you burped and you tasted it, you go, ooh, that's a breakfast burrito.
Tastes like shit.
Oh.
I should have got the Crispito.
Yeah. Oh, this one's soggy.
Oh.
I should have gotten the fried one.
Well, everything there is fried, at least in the morning.
Really?
So, yeah, everything's fried in the little hot box thing. And like I'm trying to cut way back on bread and fried things.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, first thing in the morning, everything in there is fried. They got chicken at 7:30 in the morning sitting in the hot box.
What?
Like, not strips, like fried chicken. Like you can get a wing, but everything is breaded and fried first thing in the morning. That I'm trying to cut back on that, and like protein's fine, so I can go at lunch, and you're gonna love this. They have Polish sausage on a stick. I'll give me one of those if I'm not gonna get lunch somewhere else. So you just this big old wiener on a stick. Yeah, we call them the home wreckers. That's not made up. That's true story.
Do you ever go just like get it like a river chair and set it outside the gas station on the street and just wave your home wrecker at people passing by?
No.
We're gonna go on. Kyle's distracted right now. He's thinking about his home wrecker. Omega says, I haven't heard back from them yet. Do you think they're okay? Because Sid asked, what's wrong? And Sid's like, they better be for what this job's paying. And Omega's frustrated. She's like, I should have gone with him. Life, it's not fair. And Sid's like, got news for you, kid. Life's not fair. Don't like it. Stop pouting and do something about it. I liked this part here because Sid is telling her, do something about it. Stop moping. Stop feeling sad for yourself. Just do it. And she goes, she says, do something about it. She grabs her sponge. Stop pouting and do something about it. And then she said, maybe if you weren't so helpless, those four laser brains wouldn't have left you here with me. And then
my mic was muted.
Was it?
Well, I sat back down. I said something.
Oh,
yeah.
What were you saying?
I was just gonna say, because that hit her hard.
Yes, it did. Your dramatic aw didn't have as much punch.
Yeah, it was just a
aw. Here, do it again. Watch.
I am.
Aw. Boy, I feel bad for Omega.
I did. And then, the two I guess we'll just say two fellas there in the parlor. Like, I like how they looked at Sid. They're like, went a little too far. Sid.
Sid. And it's the little snail guy and the Weequay guy who we're talking about, the two buddies.
Yeah.
Mega's down in the corner and she's like, I'm not helpless. And Sid's kind of like, look, kid, I told Dark and Broody I'd keep an eye on you and keep you safe. And then Omega's like, for how much?
Mm-hmm.
And Sid's like, not enough, and walks off.
Good burn by Omega.
Yeah, Sid didn't know what to say about it. And Sid always has her comeback, if you notice.
Yeah, she had not as good a comeback for that one. Look, they've only got... Hold on. They have 6 legs? No, that is a back leg. Why does it have a back leg?
Stabilizing, because it's so... No,
1, 2,
I think
3.
it is 6. I thought it was 6. 1, 2, 3. No, and there's a back one.
And there's just a rear
no,
stable.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah, it's got 6.
It's got 6.
Oh, our whole run of jokes earlier were in vain.
What if you had a big vein running through it?
Through your back leg or your front leg?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so this turns everything on its head because now you'd have to have a back leg and a front leg.
Man, that would make chairs really hard, or cartwheels.
Cartwheels would look really cool, though.
No, because
you
then you
cartwheel,
have
then you'd be
two
like,
legs
"Bleep."
dangling when you're doing that.
Well, you probably still have control over them. They're not like...
It'd be like you'd have to, like in gymnastics, like keep it straight and pointed. It'd look like a Roman chariot with the spikes hanging out.
Yeah, that's a whole new maneuver. 10 points. You're going to Beijing. It's...
No, dude. It's 2021. You're going to Tokyo.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not till 2024.
No, Tokyo's in this month.
Oh, because it got shifted back.
Or next month. This month,
Right.
next month. I can't remember.
Yeah, COVID. I forget.
Yeah, COVID. Because it's supposed to be last year.
Tokyo. The Anagram Lovers Kyoto.
I want to go to Japan someday. That's on my bucket list.
Same. I gotta go to Ireland first.
Yeah. Maybe you and I should do that. We should just go to Japan one day.
Just one day. Like, all right, we're here.
All right.
Let's go.
We're leaving. That's all we could afford.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That'd be
I'm
so much
thinking
fun,
still
though.
that you and I need to go to Comic-Con, though.
Yeah.
Find a way to make that happen.
There's that weird anime con kind of thing, and I think it was Blackwell not too long ago. But I kind of looked up the stuff on it, and it was like in one room, like in the Sheridan, and I don't think it was going to be like a full-on thing.
Well,
And it
there's
was
Tokyo and Tulsa, but I don't think it's back this year.
look, Wizard Con should be coming to OKC or Tulsa this year.
Tokyo and Tulsa.
I know somebody-
October 15th to the 17th.
Oh yeah?
Ah, damn it.
What?
We'll be in Disney.
Oh, I won't be.
Well, no. We come back on the 15th.
Yeah, so you go on the 16th or the 17th.
You and I can go on the 16th and 17th then.
Yeah, I'd probably have to bring the oldest kiddo because she would love that. If it's all Japanese culture and anime and that type of stuff,
That's fine.
she'd have a blast. I'm not going to say anything in case I don't get a go, and then she'll be all heartbroken.
Well, let's plan on it then.
Okay.
Now that you guys heard our plans, and I'm sure you're interested in that when we're talking about Bad Batch.
Yeah. It's future content, people.
Well, we could have like an EGTN meetup too.
Yeah, I think we should do that. Tell us what you think in the Discord.
Let us know. Next thing you know, we hear this camera beeping. There's guards outside, and they're all the Batch and GS. They're sneaking around. GS8.
I found it odd that they're doing a daylight mission for something like this. Like, this seems like this is something that you'd want to do under the cover of darkness, not like at noon.
I would agree, but at the same time, like, what if they're planning on executing him that night? And that's why it's a time-sensitive mission.
Okay, I'll buy it. Shoot my stuff right out of there.
Well, yeah.
For the sake of the episode that I didn't like very much, I'll buy it.
Okay. Well, and look, they're right by the point.
Not our episode, the episode that we're covering.
Okay,
Okay, yeah.
I'm glad you preferenced that.
No, we've had a great one. Third legs and
wiener butts and
home wreckers. Yeah.
Kyle getting a home wrecker at lunch and setting up a rever chair in front of the gas station, wiggling it at people passing by.
It's like 1.5 feet long. They're pretty girthy. Like, they're impressive.
Okay. You have got to go sit and do what I just said and wiggle it at people, wave it at people, and film yourself.
I drive around and eat it with my window down. Just making eye contact with everybody.
Because why not?
Because why not? You only live once.
Why not?
I'm going to YOLO that home wrecker.
Hey, whatever you got to do, dude. It's 2021.
Yeah. Try something.
And for the record, this is not making fun of anyone or any people who like certain things. This is just making fun of Kyle.
Because I like sausages.
I love sausages.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have sausage tomorrow.
Woo!
I bought a bunch.
Nice.
So, sausages and steaks.
Heck
we have
yeah.
a mandate
America.
with the children, but what are you going to do? Tech is scouting it out and saying how many there are. There's like 4 in the subterranean. There's 4 up top. There's 3 on the ground. And then there's 6. And then Echo is the most critical of this. I think this is the hardest for Echo because he's technically not one of the Bad Batch clones. He was just, he got tortured. He said, "Why do I get the feeling you're setting us up?" And the droid's like, "It is against my programming to send my allies into danger. We ain't allies, Tin Bin." And says record, and they're just arguing. Hunter says, "Let's move out. Let's go in." That part I didn't like because they weren't behind the poinsettias. They were just like, look, they're just right there, and these clone troopers just don't even see them. Like, they're out in the open.
Yeah.
Like, I think the clone troopers got stupider.
I think they did. Well,
after Order 66.
Yeah. Well, is this something? Did they already start? like assimilating. I mean, they kind of showed a little bit of it. So,
right.
But these are all still clone troopers. Like these are still clones. These aren't conscripts or whatever.
No, not yet, because they just started. The only conscripts right now that we know of are what's his name?
Steve.
They're Steve's. Why can't I think of his name? Deadshot? Deadbolt?
I'm gonna let you just
Ear. Bolt Man. Manhunter.
Let you stumble through it.
Man Thing.
Come on, you're getting there.
Tomas.
Come on.
I don't remember.
Come on, you're getting there.
I should know this.
You crossed over it so many times.
Dead.
Like you're within a hair of getting it.
What is it?
Crosshair.
God bless it.
I can
Son
give
of
you
a motherless goat. Crosshair. I told you, it's been a long week.
You can call him Sharpshooter for like half an episode. Like the way back in the beginning.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Yeah. I have trouble with his name all the time. I don't know why. I have because it's on his freaking face.
I know. Crosshair.
Yeah.
Sharpshooter, crosshair, whatever. He's just a sharpshooter.
Pew pew.
We'll call him Pew Pew if we can't remember his name.
Highly accurate pew pew.
Pew. He's not effective in churches.
Oh. Pew pew pew. I
Pew,
get it.
Pew pew. Dad joke. Hunter grabs GS and pulls GS and says, "Time to make yourself useful." And GS is like, "I do not possess a military skill for such tactics." And it's like, "We're counting on it." And then the clone troopers go, "Hey, you, this is a restricted area." It's like, "To whom are you addressing? This is my master's residence. I suggest you leave before," and they go after GS, and GS runs off. And then you hear punches being thrown, and out walks the batch.
Yep.
Needless to say, I don't think they talk to them.
No. Give them the old what for.
And the hoofer.
Mm-hmm.
GS lets him in, and
still in the daylight, but they're saving him from being executed.
But whatever.
Apparently, this palace only has one camera.
That's what I was thinking too. They might want to rethink their space security.
Oh, never mind. There's more cameras on there. There's no. Okay, whatever.
What? And Tech just very easily goes, "I just tapped into the security system."
Plot hole's big enough to put the Death Star in.
It's true. They break in, they split up, and they're taking out guards left and right.
Yeah. What was that guard guarding the inside of the outside door?
I don't know. I gave up trying to think of why. I swear they became dumber without the Jedi leading them.
I guess, well, maybe he was trying to keep people from escaping. A person from escaping.
Yeah.
They weren't worried about people breaking in.
You know what I just realized?
Because they have top-notch security on the outside. You don't have to worry about anybody coming in from out. Yeah.
You know what I just realized? I don't think I've ever noticed this.
What?
Tech's got an 8-bit skull.
We talked about that
on his helmet. Did
one of
we?
the episodes. Yep. And you said the same thing. I don't think I ever noticed that.
Apparently, I don't remember noticing that.
So there's a good chance that you maybe have noticed it way before, because your history of remembering if you have or have not noticed this is not very good.
No, not the skull, is it?
Sketchy at best.
Boy, that sucks.
Mm-hmm. Womp, womp, womp. 6 decades.
I don't. Okay, you go on for now. I need to constipate my life.
Mm-hmm.
Contemplate.
So they're sneaking through. This is when Hunter said send Omega around, and
yeah, I love this part.
Yeah, so he's like, Hunter's like, there's 2 at the door. I'm clocking 4 in the corridor. Handle them. You and Omega loop back around. And Tech's like, well, that would be impossible, seeing as Omega is not on this mission. I like how Tech had to throw that little jab in there too. Not like, you all right, dude? Like, she hasn't been with us all day, but he had to do it in a Tech way. Then GS8's, jumping right in, having fun with this. GS8 says, I got the hang of this, and walks out, does her surrender thing again, and then the stun grenade rolls out, drops those 2 guys that were effectively guarding the outside of a door. They were guarding the ingress, but the interior door guard, apparently that's how they mount them. They got 2 on the outside, 1 on the inside. That guy comes out, and he gets bashed pretty hard. A very fancy looking vase starts to fall to the ground. GS8, makes it a point to save it and say, it was highly valued. It was a gift. And they just say, droids, and they go on and go back in. And we cut back to, see Omega scrubbing the bar again, just working away. And she looks over, and Sid and the 2 patrons, the 2 alien patrons, are playing, crap, what's it called?
I don't remember.
It's got a name.
Yeah, hold on. You keep going. I'll look it up.
Star Wars Space Chess. I think it's called Dejark. And Omega, Sid's about to make a move. Omega tells her, I wouldn't make that move, and Sid does it anyways. Loses the match, or doesn't lose, but she loses her piece on the hollow board thing. Asks Omega what she would do next. So Omega steps up, makes a move, and wins the game. Of course, the tall alien and the walking tree guy there. They get into it. Well, he's got a very barky face.
In the weak way? Yeah.
Yeah. Almost looks like if he had a red tint, he'd be very Freddy Krueger looking.
Oh, he would.
Or Scary Terry.
Hey, bitch, want to play Zarek?
You're going to lose, bitch. Oh.
Oh, bitch.
Oh, bitch. Oh. Oh, Scary Terry.
You want to take this outside, bitch?
Out there. It stays out there. Not in here. His wife's getting on to him.
You were playing Dejark all night.
So she's like, well, how'd you do that? Omega's like, it's a strategy game. I'm good at strategy. I think this whole episode was built to deliver that line.
I think so too.
Honestly, because
I don't show her tactical prowess.
I don't think much is going to come out of the center. Of course, I said that about Sid. I thought Sid was going to be a one and done. Here she is hanging around the whole time. Chris was right. Whatever.
I got to hit one.
You got one.
It's starting to get dark. I'm going to turn on my light. Keep going.
Okay. So, yeah, I think this whole episode was built around this one line pointing out what Omega's strength is going to be going forward in the series. And that is she's going to be the strategist. She's going to have all the strategery.
She's got lots of strategery.
Mm-hmm. So, of course, Sid sees this is an opportunity to make money. And, asking if you could play, you think you could play for money? And Omega's like, what's my cut? So she's learning, she's getting a little street smarter. She knows she wants her cut. Sid offers her like 30. Omega wants 60%. Sid looks a little flustered, slightly proud. It's like, oh, she's coming up right.
Like, I don't know. I did like that part.
I think that was that was the point of the whole episode, was that right there. To showcase what her strength is going to be. Because we haven't really seen, the whole batch has their individual strengths.
Right.
Things that they're good at. Now, Omega's shown a little bit here and there, but she hasn't shown what hers is yet. So probably that's going to be hers. She's going to be the one with the strategy. Anyway, so we see the senator about to get probed.
Not in a good way.
Not in a good way.
He didn't ask for it either.
No consent.
No consent. So, I would actually like to see this sometime. Like those interrogation droids.
Yeah.
We never actually see what happens, like sticking them with needles or shocking them or anything. Like in movies, TV shows, we've never seen it, I don't think, to date. I would actually be interested to seeing what happens.
But there's some like truth serum in that needle, and then there's like a little buzzsaw that pops out, and it's
Or
like some little
something.
clampy clamps. Like it just goes full Swiss Army knife when it like
What if
expands
it's just
out.
like tweezers and it just pulls out like your eyelashes one at a time?
Or just like this little rubber finger comes out and just keeps poking him in the nose. Boop, 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 boop. Until
Or every time he tries to fall asleep, it's just like a little puff that goes in his face. It goes, I'm awake. I'm awake.
I was just resting my eyes.
Let me sleep.
Mm-hmm. It's not the most effective form of torture, but it works.
It works.
Yeah. I mean, their security systems and their code systems aren't that great. You can't expect the freaking torture droid.
Right. And did you talk about how GS saved the vase?
Yep.
Okay.
Made a big point about saving that vase, and now she's letting the Senator Singh know that, hey, I saved your most prized possession, this vase. They say vase because they're space fancy. It's a vase.
Fancy. They go, oh,
my vase.
My vase. Oh, my vase.
Oh, got me right in the vase.
Oh, hey fellas, you got my vase.
I can strain my vase.
They know that they've been compromised.
Yeah.
Because the guards outside find the bodies. You would think they would hide the body. You think they played Space Hitman?
Obviously not.
Like, you always hide the body.
No, they didn't.
They didn't. Well, I mean, in Hitman, you do.
Yeah, Hitman, you hide the bodies.
But they didn't here.
Nobody notices the bald guy walking around in a waiter's uniform, all of a sudden walking around in a suit, all of a sudden walking around in a fur coat. Totally inconspicuous.
It's like, hey, I'm a pimp now. But you what?
What? You were just serving me quiche. And now...
not anymore. Scary Terry. Hey, you want some quiche, bitch?
Aw, bitch.
Oh, bitch. Can I get you a hot towel, bitch? They see one of the tanks walking around.
Holding his little claw hand.
It's
probably get like a shrimp on each one so they can just...
Fondue, bitch! And the next thing you know, it's
fancy cheese!
Fancy cheese, bitch! Next thing you know, he chokes up the bathroom attendant.
Ah.
And he's the bathroom attendant guy. He goes, cologne, bitch?
Mm-hmm. Hand towel?
Can I help you wipe, bitch?
Don't go to sleep.
Bidet, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So they find a tank.
Oh, yeah, so they're in this tank, right? Bad Batch.
They get, yeah. But they're like, we have to, neutralize the guards, and they do a good job. They put a grappler go down.
Yeah. Fast rope down there. They stun grenade him. Wrecker grabs the senator and hauls him down. Who grabbed GS8?
Senator's like, you expect me to do this?
I think that was Echo grabbed GS8. And they slowly escape.
Slowest escape ever. And I do like this part there. Wrecker's just tossing them out.
Yeah. Like, oh, nobody's going to notice this pile of bodies behind this giant walking beetle.
And then, they're rounding the corner.
Every step.
And the captain goes, they've commandeered a tank. Get them.
They're on space news with a low-speed chase happening in Ravik or wherever they are.
They hit max speeds of 5 miles an hour.
Well, I'm going to hit speeds of 3. They're driving around their dad's Enforcer.
They fire an artillery shell, looks like.
Yeah.
From the walker that's pursuing them, albeit slowly.
Yeah.
And
they probably could have got out, ran up there, and stuck it to the back of it faster than what they were doing.
Oh, 100%. It's like, hold on, dude. It would be like the old people mall walkers.
Yeah. And then they're on the escalator.
They're like, here, hold on. I'm going to just walk up the stairs and I'll get there first.
Mm-hmm.
But they hit the tank. They hit it in the butt.
Yeah, right in the hip joint. And second or third hip. Not sure which one. Right in dabbit. Right in the butt.
In the butt.
Mm-hmm.
Tech goes, the rear axle stabilizer is offline. And the tank just goes down. Hunter's like, get this bucket up and running. We'll hold them off.
Get an extended fight scene here. Lots
It's
of pew-pews.
probably good that Omega wasn't here for this, because I don't think she would have done any good in this situation.
I really don't see how she could have helped.
Not on this one.
Unless you'd have been like, hey, we probably should hide the bodies. I think that would be a good strategy.
Rekka. Put it in the garbage can.
Yeah. It's another messing with the other tank. Basically, same strategy. Jump on top, throw grenades in, shoot the other guys.
Yep. So here's what I don't get. Why didn't they commandeer that tank to begin with, the one that worked?
Well, the one that commandeered did work originally.
Right, but then this one will start, like, instead of like, hey, quit trying to get that one up and running. Come on, we'll just get in this one.
True.
Well, and then I like how the Beetle's crawling on top of the downed one that exploded.
Yeah, that's how they make more.
That's in that, boys and girls, is how space tanks are made.
Here we see the majestic AT-ET slowly approaching its mate.
Oi, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I'm going to stick my thumb up its butthole.
It looks so menacing as it's crawling slowly.
It actually does. I think
they would have been better
cool
running.
Looking.
I don't like. You see how long it took that to catch up with him? They could have ran and like scaled the wall by the time it caught up with him. This is the slowest getaway ever.
It really is. The senator goes, go to that wall right there, and Tech's like, we'll be in a choke point, and the senator's like, you have to trust me. I think that was a big point in this episode too. It's like saying, even though he's a separatist, he's still their client, and they're all trying to escape. And he's like, trust me. And this shows that they're actually putting some trust in a separatist.
Yeah. Well, they don't really have a lot of choice at this point.
They don't, because they've been betrayed by their whole
it's
family.
taken 45 minutes to get out of the town square.
Longest getaway ever.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the other thing. They're not going to outrun them, and they're not going to hide them. That thing is smoking.
Yeah.
They park the tank, and the senator goes, blow this up here. They shut the door, and boom.
Yeah, you tell them there's like a subterranean tunnel. Their subterranean escape or whatever. Now I like what Rector did. So they blow the hole, they go through and they're in the tunnel, and they start making their escape. The senator tells them which way to go.
Right.
And I like how as they go through, Rector, drops another charge to collapse the hole behind them.
Right.
And so they didn't know, where they went. Surely they heard the other explosion, but now they think they're magicians.
Mad wizard.
Almost didn't get that out before I sneezed. That's close. I think I pulled something.
That was a good one.
Whew.
So they're running off, and the senator stops and goes, he basically says, what am I doing? I need to be here for my people.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't be running away.
I must help them
into Jumanji.
Mm-hmm.
And GSA's like, you will, Senator, but you have to get away. And then this is what I found most interesting. The guy who had the biggest problem the whole episode with the senator, Echo, goes, she's right, live to fight another day. Mm-hmm. So do you think they bonded over this kind of, or they just like...
I think they just want to leave.
A level of trust now.
Because now they're finally at a vehicle that moves fast.
Zoom.
Yeah. They're tired of walking.
It's like when we were younger and you always got that one shitty go-kart that didn't go above like 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then all your friends got the ones where the governor was taken off.
Yep.
And went like 35 and they kept passing you.
Stuck putting around the cart. Or you get the bumper car that only turns right. Yeah.
Yes.
You're just out there doing circles, sitting duck, getting pow, pow.
What are you gonna do? Nothing.
Guess I'm gonna turn right again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the senator just kind of looks and goes, does the head nod, gets on the ship, and they fly off.
Mm-hmm.
We could describe this more, but they fly off.
And they fly off faster than they walked away in the tank. In the ATET or ATE, whatever. What was it? AT? What did I say it was?
ATTE.
ATTE. Yeah, not ATET. ATTE.
ATTE.
Uh-huh.
ATTE.
Hard to say in conversation.
Yes. Well, they go up and they're going back to Sid's bar, and we see people running in, going, "Come on, come on, come on!" They're running in. They're like, "What's going on here?" People are just running in there, and we see one of the goat people go, "No one can stop the kid. Go!"
It's like a goat bird.
Goat bird.
Look at his hands.
Oh wow! Of course, you would notice the hands.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's what I think. So you got to pause right here. You see them all lined up in the center and in the back.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to recant what I said earlier. The center is going to be one and done. I think he is actually going to play a really big part going forward. Now that I think about it a little bit more. Okay, because look at how he's dressed. What do you see?
Like an aristocrat?
Yeah, but like look at the, you kind of mentioned it before, like what it looked like.
Like, yeah, like the Indian royalty or Indian colonial times.
But the pattern of it, the color choices, right? So you got these kind of orangish and white in the middle. Mm-hmm. And his hat, though,
red.
I think the senator is actually Mephisto.
Jesus, I knew you were going there. I was hoping you weren't, but God, I knew. I walked right into that one, like face first.
It's only 4 minutes left in the episode. I had to get I got to get it in.
Well, it's not like you even tiptoe through this one. You're just kind of like, here, let me get all this shit. Let me smear it right here in front of you in the saran wrap. Hey, Chris, come through this door. Okay.
Like when you're trying to remember the name over it earlier, it's like, oh, you crossed right over it. Like you're within a hair of getting it. You guys don't know.
I was too excited about our wiener foot.
Oh, yeah. Not to be confused. Okay, anyway.
Foot wiener.
Yeah.
But they're playing the chess game, and Omega's playing one of the Thrawn people. Mm-hmm. And Omega just gives this really shitty grin. And
Space Scary Terry puts his hand on him.
Scary Terry just smiles at the guy, puts his hand on him. And he takes one of Omega's pieces, and then Omega takes 2 of his pieces.
I don't think this game has ever been explained anywhere how it works. I know you can play a version of it in one of the video games. And even then, I still didn't know what I was doing.
What video game? I want to play
I'm pretty sure you can play a version of it in one of the video games. I'll look it up.
Yeah, look that up. So they're like, Omega, and she goes, guys, and Sid just is actually smiling. She goes, she's a natural. I've never seen anything like it. And Hunter's like, I told you to keep a low profile. This is the opposite. And then Omega's like, looking down. And she goes, ease up, Bandana. Omega made enough money to pay off the debt you boys owe me. So try showing a little gratitude to my friend. You did good. And walks off, pats her on the back. And of course she's happy because she made her money. But that's the first time we ever heard her go, she's my friend.
Yeah.
And she's like, Senator, glad you made it. Let's talk payment.
Let's go back here. This was something that stuck out good.
Shoulder checks him.
Shoulder checks the shit out of him. He's like, wham!
Well, you know why, right?
Bruh. Well, because he was being a dick to Omega.
Yeah, and Wrecker sees Omega like a little sister.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's more like a little sister because they're related than like a daughter. You know what I mean? Than like a parent.
Yeah, more like, it's a sisterly thing.
Protective over brother.
But that shoulder check, wow, really gave Hunter the what?
That was an intentional shoulder check too.
Mm-hmm.
And the look. Thing was, Yeah, it wasn't a big shoulder check. If he would have really shoulder checked Hunter,
That'd been funny.
Hunter would have been on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And Omega still looks a little concerned. And I was like, "You really paid off our debt?" She's like, "I wanted to be useful, even if I couldn't go on the mission."
Aw.
Aww. And then he's like,
Hunter.
"How about we put..." Good.
No, I was saying Hunter.
Hunter. He's like, "Let's put these to the test. If you win, no more sitting out on missions. One game." And he goes over. He knows damn well he's going to lose.
I hate that they didn't show it, though.
I know, because he would have lost so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "You ready?" She just looks at him and notice he's not even looking down at it. He's just pressing buttons.
I think that's actually how you play the game. You just boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, but she was looking at it.
Well, she's going to win.
Well, we know she's going to win. So again, that was the end of the episode. Omega's going to be, part of every mission now. Again, not my favorite episode.
I think the only thing that they were pulling out of that, I mean, the standalone episode, I guess, would be okay.
All right.
In the run of things, it's mostly forgettable, I think, unless something happens with the senator later, or unless they were just using this to solidify that Omega is going to be the strategist. She's going to be the one with all the strategery. And now there's a reason for her to be on every mission.
Mm-hmm.
So, that could have been like, well, why are they taking this small child on all these missions? Well, now they have to because he said he's going to from this episode. That's really about, I think, that's the main point of this episode, I think.
I agree.
All right.
I agree.
Theories?
That was it. I mean, there's not much more to say about that. That was it.
I don't know how we can theorize. I don't think anything was added from this episode to add to or take away any of the theories that we've established in previous episodes that if you guys haven't listened to, you need to go back and listen to.
Like you said, it was a filler.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Sometimes the filler episodes can be really cool. This one just didn't do it for me.
There was, like I said, the two main messages I think that they wanted to get through on it, and they could have done that in a multitude of other ways. They could have done the strategy thing because that was 45 seconds of screen time. They could have done it some other way. But I don't know, unless the senator has something really good to add down the line, or there's something from canon that we're missing.
I really, really, really want to go back and do a recording of the episode and get it to where, you have the opening. It does the recap of the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Does the opening, says Bad Batch. And then it goes, "You're really good at strategy," that part. And then it goes, "Okay, you don't have to sit out on any more missions if you win." And then it ends it and then put the end credits and be like,
That's it.
"Oh, that was the episode."
That's all we needed. That's all we needed out of this. I didn't really see anything. Yeah. I don't know. If we missed something, and if you guys, tell us in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, please join the Discord. We've got a channel designated just to discuss these particular episodes.
Mm-hmm.
You guys go in there and bash or praise or throw theories or whatever. We like to discuss it. So the more you guys discuss in there, the more it gets rolling and going. And there's some pretty good discussions that happen depending on what we're talking about.
There is.
Yep.
So, well, we will be back for Loki. Should be the next one.
Yep.
And then Bad Batch again, and then Loki, then Bad Batch.
And
only
then
have two more Lokis.
Bad Batch. Yeah, there's only two more Lokis.
Bad Batch.
Bad Batch, and some original content stuff.
Yep, that'll be coming up soon.
Coming hopefully really soon, hopefully the next month or so. So you guys,
it really depends on also what I'm doing work wise.
Yes, well, schedule wise, I mean, we're gonna be down to one thing a week with Bad Batch, which will probably be okay for a little bit because we've been cranking them out. This is our 4th recording this week.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll still have enough to get something out to you guys every week.
Yeah, no, we plan on, we will still release stuff every week. It's just, it may not be the normal length that you guys are used to.
That's what she said. Woo!
Was waiting for it.
There we go. I was waiting to use that one, but we're still gonna get stuff out. So,
Yep.
With that, this has been Every Man's Guide to Nerddom. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. And wherever you guys are, have a good night, evening, morning, whatever time of day it is, and be good to each other. Oh, what?
And thank you, Silent Coda.
Yeah, thanks, Silent Coda.
Toodles.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. See ya.
All right. See ya.
Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore used to be just a made up word. MCs shied away.